Hello everyone, welcome in Techna TV. I am Akansha Singh, faculty of BHMC department. Today I deliver a lecture on some terminology used in a TV. Every profession, every discipline has its own set of terminology, its own lingo which is commonly used by the members within that fraternity. Doctors commonly use medical terminology in their interactions. Researchers have their own jargons and corporates speak in their own business language. Television professionals also do the same. Therefore, every member in a television program crew needs to be familiar with these terminologies so that they can converse easily and there is no miscommunication. So, let us discuss some terms related to television. First is PTC. A reporter at a news site can send the newsroom what is called piece to camera or stand upper. Here the reporter can be seen telling the story from the site. This kind of presentation immediately establishes the reporter's presence on the spot and he tells the story straight to the camera and through the camera to the viewer. It is usually placed somewhere near the middle or at the end of a story and it is usually about 2 to 3 sentences long. The tone is generally conversational but that does not mean that it is delivered spontaneously. In most cases, they work out the sentence and memorize them. The difficulty is that some reporters can do it very easily while others can never do it well. The latter should know how to write spoken language on a small note and try to memorize this as far as possible. It is not necessary to remember a very long PTC, but for many even a small piece is difficult. Nowadays, portable electronic prompters are available to deal with this problem. There is something important about the framing of this type of story by the camera person on location from where it should be given. The reporter should not stand against a wall or such other background unless it is relevant to the story. The reporter should be seen at the scene of the event itself and should also include something visual in the frame to that effect. Ideally, the reporter should be seen in the proximity of the most important actions, elements of the story being covered, not in the center of the frame but on one side so that he appears a part of the action and not a superimposition on it. Second is soundbite. Apart from the anchor's description of the news story and the PTC and narration of the reporter, news stories also usually contain a brief comment from an expert or a witness or any other person related to the event. This brief tape recorded comment or interview is called a sound bite or cold bite. The reporter, a newscaster, begins on camera and reads up to a certain points in the script. Then the person interviewed appears on tape, making a comment relevant to the story. After the bite, the reporter, a newscaster, reappears so as to tag the story before moving on to another issue. Usually, a sound bite is a very short piece of a speech selected from a longer speech or an interview depending on the importance of the words in view of the story in consideration. As the context of what is being said is missing, it is quite easy to misinterpret or manipulate the interview's words and place it in on a completely different context. Journalists need to refrain from such activities and act only within the limits of ethical standard. Politicians of the new generation are well versed in the skill of giving clear and to the point sound bites. News stories are almost incomplete without the use of sound bites. Good news stories contains at least one sound bite. Sound bites are useful to help guide footage editors focus on parts of the dialogue that help advance the overall message. The term is sometimes written incorrectly as sound bite. Logging. Logging means making a note or writing down what is on the tape after the video has been gathered. The purpose of logging a tape is to make sure that there is no confusion later regarding what footage is in which tape and what order. Although this is generally used to prepare for editing, this is a good activity for reviewing the quality of shots, what went right, and where there are areas for improvements. Also, when editing, this is a good way to find out if there is a shot that they didn't get and still need to get. The name of the videotape being logged, the names of the people in the team, the date of shooting are all written down carefully on the log sheet so that it serves as a ready reference. The name written on the videotape itself should be this name written on the log sheet. Ambient sound. In radio as well as television, there are four types of sound that together make up the sound design of a program. These are the spoken words, music, special effects, and the diegetic or ambient sound. Of the four elements, while spoken words related to the monologues and dialogues etc., music can be any element that is instrumental or with lyrical verses added later on. SFX or special effects are the transitions and several other add-on effects that are used to enhance the feel of the program. So, ambient sound is the diegetic or natural sound that is present at the time of recording or shooting. All the other elements of sound design can be added later on to create an illusion as if they were present at the scene of action. However, only the ambient sound is present when recording. Ambient sound helps create a sense of what the sound surrounding is like. It is necessary to record ambient sound both in fiction and non-fiction programs. Especially in case of shooting non-fiction programs, particularly news, ambient sound plays an important role in establishing the context. Ambient sound arises from the shooting location itself. For example, the sound of people chattering, the rush of vehicles, and the sound of the horns. After that, we will discuss OB van. Often we see that the reporter on location can have a conversation with the presenter in the studio. This is because the reporter can send and receive signals to the studio with the help of an outdoor broadcast van. This is called OB van. The OB van is the heart of any big electronic news gathering or electronic field production unit. All signals, both video and audio, come to the OB van, are processed there and then broadcast. A typical OB van is a small vehicle which is divided into three major portions. The first portion is where the director sits with technicians. This portion has the video mixer and a wall of video monitors. These monitors get all the video feeds or inputs from various sources. In the next portion, the sound is managed. The last portion of the van is the video store. The video store has a collection of video tapes and could also have a live event system that is used for slow motion pictures and replays, particularly useful in sports events. So, a satellite dish is located on the roof of the OB van. It also has the main transmitter, that is the high power amplifier. The dish antenna on the OB van transmits signals to a satellite which are being downlinked at the Earth station. The Earth station routes the picture and sound to the bulletin on air, which sends back the sound of the presenter. The sound from the channel's Earth station then travels back to the OB van by satellite, which in turn is connected to the reporter's earphone. Live telecast means telecast of an event as when it actually happens in real time. In modern times, live telecast has become one of the most widely practiced phenomenon of TV journalism. TV news channels usually opt for this technique to make the news coverage more enthralling. The most widely accepted live telecast is of the sporting events like cricket match etc. When the viewers stay glued to their TV sets in order to remain updated with the developments. Nowadays, this technique is also being applied during the time of election coverage and parliament session. We also encounter live telecast during any breaking events in order to grab the viewer's attention. With the help of high-end sophisticated techniques, news channels telecast live programs. I hope you have understood about this topic. If you like this video, please subscribe TechNet TV. Thank you.